Hey guys, Delta here, and the Battlefield 4 beta went live earlier this week, and I'm bringing you some gameplay from the PlayStation 3 version, and of course my overall impressions of this very small, very rough slice of the game that I have my hands on. So, keep in mind, I am basing everything I say in this video off of the PS3 version. I haven't played any other version of the game. So one of the things, two things that you will immediately notice, that I immediately notice, is obviously the game looks and plays a lot like Battlefield 3, but the movement and the gunplay feel a lot more refined in my opinion. In Battlefield 3 you'd get weird stuff like when vaulting over an object you'd kind of rubber band a bit, which was really bizarre, and just, if it makes any sense, it kind of felt loose and unrefined. Battlefield 4 feels a lot more solid, a lot more polished, even in the state of this beta, which is overall in pretty rough shape. That's a huge plus to me. It's something I'm really happy about, and I'm excited to play the game in 60 frames per second on PS4 or PC, whatever I get it on, just because it will feel so smooth, and that is one of the big advantages Call of Duty has had in terms of the console market for years and years, is that its controls feel really smooth. Some of the new additions, or re-additions I guess, such as the comma rows coming to console, finally, leaning out of cover like I am right now, all these small things kind of add up and make the game feel more dynamic and more complete than Battlefield 3, which I think was dumbed down a bit for consoles. It felt simplified compared to previous Battlefield games. Another thing that helps is the rebalancing, the tweaking of classes. There aren't any really huge changes, but these small things combined with just the way the game works make you feel like you're a part of a team that needs to work together, at least more so than my experience with Battlefield 3 on the PS3. In that, you know, you did have teamwork, but you could often lone wolf it and still have some success. In this game, you know, you run out of ammo really quickly, so you want a support guy in your squad so you can keep you guys, you know, constantly firing. You die. It feels like you die quicker to me in this game. So you definitely want an assault guy, a medic, so he can revive you and throw down health kits. You know, that's awesome. That helps the game feel more like a proper Battlefield. Because Battlefield 3, you know what, as much as I enjoyed it and as good as a game as it was a disappointment to me. I personally think it's the weakest in the Battlefield series. And it felt, you know, it felt like it was dumbed down for the console audience, like I said. Though it's not all, you know, rosy here, there are some issues. This is obviously a very rough beta, and it's a current generation version for what is really a next generation game. So the PS3 version here, it has major issues with popping, both in terms of textures and objects. I've had times where the map you're seeing on screen right now just doesn't load, it's just a blurry mess. And then some of the worst I've had is where objects don't appear until I'm within 10 feet in front of them. So I'll be shooting at what I think, you know, I think I have a shot, but I'm not hitting the guy. I take a few steps forward and all of a sudden, you know, a box appears in front of me and it's, where the hell did that come from? I actually had something similar happen to me where a player literally appeared out of thin air. That could have been lag, I don't know, but it was really bizarre. Another issue I have with the game visually is after the skyscraper falls down on this map, Siege of Shanghai. I'm sure anyone that paid attention to E3 knows what I'm talking about. When the skyscraper collapses, the map is obviously covered in dust and debris, but I don't know if it's, you know, technical limitations of the current generation of consoles, or if it's a design choice that DICE made that is not paying off. But the map just looks like the textures didn't load properly. It doesn't look like it's covered in dust and apocalyptic or anything like that. It just looks like the textures didn't load, and it's just ugly to look at, frankly. Hopefully it's just an issue where it's you know, that's all they can do with the PS3 and 360, and then the next gen versions will be fine. But I don't know. I can't really say in either way. And you know what? Maybe it's just an issue of this being a really rough beta, right? But beta code. Who knows, but it's not nice to look at. Another thing that's disappointing, of course, with the current gen limitations is 24 players, 30 frames per second. It really does suck. The full Conquest map for Siege of Shanghai just feels way too big. You can go minutes without seeing anyone. Maybe this is just one of the bigger maps in the game. I don't know, but it feels too big for 24 players. I'm sure with 64 on PS3, Xbox One, and PC, everything will be fine. Domination, which is the game mode you're seeing here, feels a lot better on PS3 and 360. It was formerly Conquest Domination in Battlefield 3. You have a smaller section of the map, quicker flag captures. It just works a lot better for 24 players. So overall, honestly, despite all the negative stuff I've brought up, I'm impressed with the game. It's now on my radar when originally I was thinking I was going to pass on this because it looked too similar to Battlefield 3. Despite the rough shape of the beta, this could very well be the game that Battlefield 3 should have been. As I said earlier, I was not, Battlefield 3 was a good game, but I think the weakest in the series. I am disappointed that you're probably going to need to buy Premium to get all the content again. I think there's only 10 maps at the start, and I don't feel like spending $50 to get, a decent selection of maps. It really sucks. In the end, I wouldn't recommend the PS3 and 360 versions of the game unless that is the only way you will be able to play Battlefield 4. If you can, hold out for PS4, Xbox One, PC, whatever other option you can have. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share it around, and I'll see you guys next time.